Hey, my beautiful followers, how is everyone doing today? On this Monday in quarantine, yet again, yet again. It is. I woke up this morning hoping for lovely sunny weather, but instead we are experiencing gray, overcasty kind of weather. But say la vie. It is what it is. Um, but hence why I'm in my like cozy winter clothes instead of my tank top and shorts that I've been in the last few days. But anyway, I got up this morning and I really was thinking about a conversation I had with a friend yesterday. I was driving and I was having this conversation about kind of some of my fantasies and desires going forward in my life and some things I had experienced in my past, in relationships, in my sex, this deeper orgasmic sexing that I've experienced and really changed my life. Really changed my life. And I told my friend, I was like, right now, I want that fairy tale man in my life right this second. Really right this second. I need that fairy tale man. And I started like talking about this fantasy and I stopped and I said, I know this is like childish. I know that this is like fairy tale bull and it's not real life, but I want this. And I explained everything that I was desiring in this man that I'm calling into my life. Because the guys I've been dating lately have been like, not up to par, not up to par. And so anyway, I was sharing all of this, and I ended up going, I know that this is a fairy tale. And I felt shame come up almost of like this is a fairy tale, this surrender, this knight in shining armor, coming in, and we're told as independent women, we need to stand in our power, stand in our independence, that knight in shining armor is not going to ride in and save the day and make us swoon. And then I got to thinking, and that's actually what my article was about today. There's a reason we have that archetype. There is a reason that we can watch from the time we're little girls fairy tales, and then as we get older, there's romance novels. There's even movies like Braveheart and Last of the Mohicans, and these stories where the man comes in and saves the day, and the woman goes, ah, and like, yeah, they have amazing, hot, fiery sex, and it's passionate, and it's beautiful, and it's connective. And sometimes it's a lot of bit of bullshit. Okay, let's be honest. Like there is the difference between a man coming in and taking his woman, having that beautiful energy of surrender in a beautiful connective relationship, and allowing his woman the space to feel herself and to drop in. There is that. And then there is the old fairy tales of like a woman can't do anything and for herself, and that we're victims. And that is not what I'm trying to talk about today, because I believe that as women, we're powerful. And men, yes, you need to recognize your woman is powerful. So I'm not saying that I think we need to go back to when women couldn't do anything for themselves. And guess what? It's not a man's job in the bedroom to always take care of his woman. If his woman isn't doing her work, then guess what? It falls on her for her orgasm. Though, I sat there really thinking about this knight in shining armor thing. It really got in my head because I went, this is something that we hear about all the time. This is something we grow up with. It is an innate in the feminine. There's an innate piece that wants to surrender, wants to drop in. And I remembered a book that I read probably about 2 or 3 years ago now. And the whole book is about how our relationship with the men in our lives, the relationship, and guys, stick around because I promise there's some messages here for you. Right now I'm talking to you ladies, but as a woman, there is this innate need and desire in our relationships to have a man step in and do a little taking, not taking in a negative way, but taking in a surrendering way, I'm going to hold space for you right now. And then the process does happen in the reverse too. There comes a point where the woman then drops the man, and I could get into all these tantric principles, but I'm not going to today. This is really about this taking masculine energy of the feminine. I read this book, and this book was all about God and how really, I'm not going to get super spiritual either, but how God wants us to have pleasure. God wants us to surrender, and how it's the divine romance. We want this divine romance. And what we do is we play this out. We play this out in our relationships. And how is it innate in us to want to surrender, to want to melt? And so I started, after thinking about this in the book that I had read a couple years ago, and the fact that no matter what we do, there is always these storylines that capture us about men stepping in and being the knight in shining armor. And I went, we shame this. We shame this knight in shining armor energy. We shame it as women because we go, I don't need that. I shouldn't want that. I'm being, old school. I'm stuck in, an old relationship paradigm. This is wrong. And we've been raised, I know I'm 34 years old, almost 35, and I've been raised with this independence. And I know women around me and my coaching clients will come and they'll go, I'm supposed to be a strong, independent woman here. I'm supposed to be a strong, independent woman here. But really what I desire, really what I want right now is my man to take me, to connect with me, to step in and spend the time on me, to devour me and ravish me and get me into this beautiful orgasmic space where I'm filling myself, where I'm being filled. Because guess what? Vibrators, masturbating, they do not get us to a space of surrender. I love self-pleasure. I think it is a beautiful practice to learn one's body. I did a whole live stream the other day about self-pleasure, about really taking your pleasure in your own hands, connecting with your body. Because guess what? If we don't know our own body as women, I know so many women who have never even looked at their genitals. They don't know what they look like. They don't know what they look like, and that's incredibly sad. So yes, self-pleasure is so important. And it is not if you're not doing your work as a woman, it is not your man's job to give you an orgasm. And as a man, it is not your job to give your woman an orgasm. But if you want your woman to be full and to surrender and to just be freaking happy, then orgasm is important. And I'm not talking climax here. I'm talking a deeper level of orgasm, This is that orgasm that fills our entire bodies, that really fills our entire bodies and has us shaking and releasing all these beautiful hormones in our brains that actually help with the weight loss. They help with mental health, anxiety, and then just, guess what? As women, we need to feel our entire bodies, and we need to get in tune with our genitals because they're incredibly intuitive. Our bodies tell us so much more about what's going on in our world than we even give them credit for. But we shame this knight in shining armor energy, this energy of desiring that, this energy of, as a man, being that. We shame men because we go, he thinks I can't do stuff for myself. He thinks I can't do this. And men go, there's so many women out there that'll get angry if I go, hey, honey, I'm going to, let's do this and lead. It's not about a negative taking. It's not about a using energy. This is about a leading energy, a masculine leading energy. And right now I'm talking to heterosexual females that are in their feminine and heterosexual men that are in their masculine. There are differences in dynamics and polarities, and I can't cover it all on this video. But what I can tell you is, if you're from dealing with those two subgroups, the feminine needs to be taken. They need to be led. They need the orgasm. And guys, if you lead your woman, if you hold the space for her to open up, it's not about a forcing, it's about an opening of space, a trusting, a desire to see your woman drop into pleasure. And when I mean drop into pleasure, I mean consistent pleasure. Like, guess what? 20 minutes ain't gonna do it. 20 minutes ain't gonna do it. This is a playful leading energy where your woman can drop into her body, feel her body, drop into a deeper level orgasm, not this like high energy climactic bullshit, because that's what it is. It's bullshit. This clitoral orgasm that's high energy, like that doesn't feed. Yes, I'm not going to hate on a clitoral orgasm because in the midst of other orgasms, they can be a beautiful, amazing piece of it. But there is depth there that we're missing. And so we go into this shaming of the knight in shining armor energy. And when we do that, we disconnect as women from something we really need. And guess what, guys? Something as men you need too. You need to. There's a reason that we have these fairy tales and these stories, because I can't tell you how many men will sit right here where I'm sitting now in my office and say to me, Addison, I feel like I'm missing something. I'm missing my purpose in the bedroom. I'm missing my passion in the bedroom. And as soon as they tune into this energy of knight in shining armor, of leading, of really focusing in on their passion and their purpose in the bedroom, guess what? It all awakens in them. They begin to have deeper sex. They begin to experience more. But what we do is we shame this energy and we go, this doesn't have a place, because we're supposed to be equal and we're supposed to be independent women and men, and a woman shouldn't need a man, blah, blah, blah. Guess what? As a heterosexual woman, I will say, I need a man. There comes a point of learning, but there also comes a point of learning self. There also comes a point of surrendering, because guess what? It's okay to need another energy. It's okay to need that masculine energy as a woman. And as a man, it's okay to need that feminine energy in your life. It's all right. Now, this is not talking about dependency. This is not talking about like, I need you. No. It is just an owning process of like, yes, like I do have that fantasy. I do have that desire. I can say, I remember one relationship, and it was more of a play-based relationship, not like a long-term committed relationship, but this beautiful relationship where I felt led. I felt taken in a beautiful way, not in a forcing way, not in a rapey way, like in a truly beautiful, like surrendering way. And I can tell you, in that relationship, my world expanded. My energy expanded, my belief in self expanded, and I had so much more energy. My skin radiated more. There was so much that came into that. And so I can look at this relationship and go, that's that fantasy. That's that fantasy that can be a reality. We're not talking about Cinderella here where the man saves the day on everything. But in the bedroom, even just in your relationship, as a man, it is okay to lead. And as a woman, it is okay to surrender. It is okay to be led. We shame this and we hate on this, but this can be a beautiful energy. There is a time in a relationship where everyone's leading. Guess what? There are times when a woman even leads in the bedroom. Even in tantric sex, like the man will lead, but then the woman leads in a different way. There's a different leading energy in the bedroom that a woman brings in. A consistent dropping of the energy. He leads in the bedroom, and then she energetically leads and pulling the sex deeper and more emotional. And then he leads more into the play and the penetration. So this happens, this leading energy. But what we think of as a leading is not usually what most, like what is true leading versus what we think of as leading is completely different. Completely different. But as a woman, it's okay to own that you need a man to lead, that you want that deeper orgasm. You want to surrender. It's all right. It's all right. And I'm doing this because I've heard so many women just lately, even with all this COVID-19 stuff going on, shaming themselves because they have this deeper need to just surrender, to just relax in, to just trust and have these beautiful orgasms. And then I know you have your own needs and you have your own desires. Believe me, I sit with many, many, many of you men and we talk about it. But today I'm hitting the women. Today I'm hitting the women. And hopefully you men as well to go, I need to step up. I need to step up. There's power in the knight in shining armor. There's power in allowing yourself to surrender. There's power in just acknowledging your dreams, your goals, your desires, your fantasies. It's okay. It's all right. So that's really my message, all from just a conversation and a statement of like, I know that this is childish, but I want the fantasy of like the man riding in and just taking me and leading me for a night, like for this night. So all that from one little statement. That's how I roll as a coach. That's how I roll. But yeah, I really do challenge you all to look at what are your biases in that way. And if you are like, no, like I'm fine with the knight in shining armor energy, look at, is it a saving energy or is it a filling energy that you're desiring as a woman? As a woman, are you wanting to be saved or are you wanting to be filled? Because it's a difference. There's a difference. This is not a needy energy. This is not a victim energy. This is a deeper filling energy. This is going deeper into self versus being so incredibly hungry that you're coming from a place of dependency or neediness. So check yourself on that too. Check yourself on that. So, I kind of feel complete on this. I think I got the message. I think you guys got the point of all that. Anything to announce? Still doing coaching, still doing one-on-one coaching. I have my fast track coaching until the end of April. If you're interested, this is low cost 30-minute Skype sessions with me about whatever it is that you need to work on, wherever you need to expand, because I know we're all quarantined in our houses right now. I know everybody's life is a little bit off, but this can be a really beautiful time to expand yourself, to dive deeper into something that you really wanted to be working on. So let me help you. Let me help you on that. And you can find all of that at addisonbell.net. Other than that, go have an amazing start to your week. Go find the places that you can surrender, where you can fill yourself. So, all right, guys, I love you, and I will see you tomorrow for another Addison Unleashed.